Alright guys, so Zibai's banner just came out, and obviously there's already a lot of guides on her and everything, but there's one very important thing when it comes to Zibai that nobody is talking about. And this is very important. Even if you're not interested in pulling her right now, this video might change your mind. I'm not kidding. So basically, there's an incredibly high chance that she will get a dedicated 5-star support in version 6.5, despite already being absolutely insane in terms of damage. I know this sounds kind of insane, so let me explain what exactly is going on here and why this is so important. But before we get into it, if you want to pull for Zibai or Varka, let me introduce you to lootbar.gg. On Lootbar, you can save over 25% when buying Genesis crystals. On top of that, new users also get a 10% off, which is much cheaper than buying them in-game. I've personally used Lootbar a lot of times because it saved me a lot of money. They have countless positive reviews and are even partnered with other CCs like Genshin Impact and I Win to Lose, so it's 100% safe to use. If you want to top up, all you have to do is just click on whatever you want, enter your UID and server, and there you go, the Genesis crystals will arrive on your account just like that. They also have a lot of different payment methods, and they even refund you if something goes wrong, so if you want to top up and save some money at the same time, make sure to check out lootbar.gg. But now, let's get back to the video. Alright, so first of all, before we talk about her new support and everything, and look at the leaks, when looking at her current team options, you might notice something really interesting. So, Zibai doesn't have too many team options. I mean, there are some options, right? You can swap out Zhongli for Goro, or you can swap out, I don't know, Jilonin for the new guy for Iluga. There are a lot of different things you can do, as long as you have Geo and Hydro characters, and of course, as long as you have Columbina, she's going to deal a lot of damage. But in general, there's not a lot of team options for her right now. And then also, unlike characters like Nefer or Flins or Sturk, they all had dedicated supports when they were released, right? They all launched and they all had a dedicated support. But that is not the case for Zibai, at least not yet. And this is where her new dedicated 5-star support comes into play. I mean, yeah, there is Columbina, but she's not really dedicated to Zibai, so it's like, you know, she kind of needs Columbina, but it's not a dedicated support specifically for Lunar, Crystallize, or Columbina. And the support that I'm talking about in version 6.5, she will probably not only be good with Zibai, she will probably be good with like Lunar, Crystallize in general, but we'll talk about that in a second. The point is, Zibai is the only DPS that came out recently that doesn't have a dedicated 5-star support. And the thing is, she's already absolutely busted. Like, she already deals so much damage. I don't know what Hoyoverse is cooking up, but if she gets that dedicated 5-star support, which we'll get to in a second, she's gonna break the game. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but she will probably deal like 170k, 180k DPS or something at C0. Like, I don't know what is going on, but it's pretty insane. Let me show you guys something. This is my Zibai, all right? She's at C0, R1. No constellations, nothing. Talents are not even fully leveled up, as you guys can see. I have like 2.7k defense, and those are her crit stats. Pretty decent. I use her signature artifact set, and let me show you guys how much damage she can already deal in this team, which is not even, that's not even like her best team, I think. Whatever. Let me show you guys how much damage she can already deal. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? Those are not even, wait, what? Wait, hold on. Those are not even enemies. Yeah, I gotta get to a different spot. Hold on. All right, let me show you guys how much damage she can actually deal. And keep in mind, this is C0. And the thing is, guys, her damage is already absolutely insane, right? Let me show you guys. If we can dish out that much damage without a dedicated, like, 5-star support to her, imagine how much damage she's gonna deal once we get that support for her. Hold on, how much can we dish out? Almost 150. That is insane, bro. And also, guys, this is probably not even her best team. Like, I'm just playing whatever I want. But I'm not a theory crafter. I'm pretty sure you can deal even more damage than that. I'm just playing however I want. This is actually insane. Now, I also have a C2 Shilonin, so that probably plays a huge factor. But even without that C2 Shilonin, she would be dealing like 130k or 120k DPS at least, without fully maxed out talents. Her talents are like level 7 or something. I didn't fully level them up, and she can already deal that much damage. Now imagine how insane those numbers are going to be once we get that support for her. But enough talk about her damage and her teams. Let's move on to the actual leak and the actual topic of this video, which is the new support that she's gonna get in version 6.5. So according to this leak, in version 6.5, this character called Linnea, I don't know how you spell that name, she's going to be from Mondstadt and she's going to focus on Lunar Crystallize. Now, before we continue, the question is, how reliable is this and is this even true? I actually spoke to Uncle Lunar Cock and she spoke to this leaker, I think, or to a friend or something. And at first, we thought that this is not really a trustworthy source, but it turns out this leaker is actually reliable and they have a really good track record. They are pretty much accurate every time. I'm going to show you guys the track record in a second. But this leak is in fact trustworthy, and this character from Mondstadt is going to be a Lunar Crystallize support according to her. As I said at the beginning, right, Zibai is the only character or the only 5-star DPS we've got that doesn't have a 5-star dedicated support, unlike Flint's. Flint's has Inefa. Then Nefer has Lauma. Skark has Escoffier, right? She's the only one who doesn't have that dedicated 5-star support. And so it only makes sense if this Lunar Crystallize character is going to be for Zibai. And I don't think she's going to only work with Zibai, probably not. If they're releasing an entire Lunar Crystallize support, I'm pretty sure she's going to enable a lot of new Lunar Crystallize teams in general, so it's not just going to be a huge deal for Zibai, but also for the game in general, because there's going to be so many new Lunar Crystallize teams. We're going to have Navia Lunar Crystallize teams and everything. I'm pretty interested to see what kind of teams we will be able to cook up once this character is out. But now let me show you guys the actual track record of this leaker. As we can see, they've been posting a bunch of leaks, not on Twitter, but on Teyvat. This, for example, was posted in March, and we already had leaks about Columbina and 5.8 characters, and all these leaks were accurate, right? No fake leaks or anything like that. Everything by this leaker turned out to be true. I don't know what Hoyoverse is trying to do here. I mean, it's good that we're getting another support for Zibai, but if she can already deal 150k DPS without a dedicated 5-star support, that means she will have to deal 160, 170, maybe even 180k once we get that support for her. And the problem is, this is going to raise an entire new ceiling, right? Every genuinely good DPS after that will probably have to catch up to those DPS numbers that Zibai can do with that support. And I'm pretty sure this is going to have a huge impact on the meta of the game as well, because if Zibai can deal 170 or 180k damage or something like that, all the other DPSs after that, or at least the really anticipated DPS characters, they will have to catch up to those numbers. And then that means that all the DPSs from Fontaine or whatever, they will probably fall off. So this is a very risky move that Hoyoverse is doing there. It's insane that they're actually doing this. And a lot of you guys might be like, yeah, I'm gonna skip her. I don't have the right supports for Zibai. Nah, it's not worth it. Guys, she will break the game. She will be the most insane DPS in the entire game once she gets that dedicated 5-star support in version 6.5. I'm telling you guys, if you want to pull a character that is going to clear all endgame content, right now is the best time to do that. Unless, of course, you're trying to save for Varka. I understand that. I'm pulling for Varka as well. But if you're not sure if you want to pull for her or not, especially because you might not have the right teams for her right now, keep in mind that she will get a support in version 6.5. And there's going to be a lot more team options once that support is going to be released. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think about Zibai down below in the comments. Let me know if you guys are going to pull for her dedicated support or not. And as always, I wish everyone a nice and wonderful day.